Welcome everyone to Bedtime Mysteries with Andreajohnsonbooks. I'm Andrea Johnson, your host for this evening, and the purpose of this nightly interlude is to help my audience go to bed with a simple thought. Who is it? My short bedtime stories will leave you with many questions. You'll always end the evening with something to ponder or decipher. Tonight, we continue with part 3 of Instinctive Manipulations. A couple, only together for a few short weeks, when suddenly every single one of their past relationships start to die off. In our previous segment, Jessica Romero failed to keep the key away from Derek. Unfortunately, she fell in way over her head. Our story moves on to a simple meet and greet. Derek and Regina meeting each other's parents for the first time. But what should have been a pleasant occasion turns out to be a carefully orchestrated platform for someone to use.
Derek and Regina had been looking forward to this meeting for the past week. The idea of getting their parents together for a formal introduction was supposed to have come much later on. However, in lieu of everything that was happening, Derek had felt it was necessary to involve their families for their own protection. Instead of walking into a comfortable setting, their parents were ushered in with speed and was given the morbid news of the hideous murders from their children's past relationships. Regina's mother sat forward on the couch, a worried look on her face. "Are you okay?" She said the words with a slight tremble in her voice. Regina concealed the fear from her eyes as she stared at her mother. Instead of responding, she turned to Derek and touched his shoulder. "There's more you need to say, Derek. Tell them about the key." The tension in the room increased by several notches as Derek explained about the strange key he'd found on his doorstep. Derek's father noticeably tensed as he gave his son a sharp look. His next words were clipped and direct. "Did you receive anything with the key?" Derek looked at his father strangely, but replied, "No. There was only an address printed on the back of it, so small I could hardly read it." "Take it to the police." Regina's mother spoke up suddenly. "Let them handle it." But Derek's father was staring at him, his gaze intense and piercing. "I think you should go to the address. You need to see where it leads you. Get some answers to what's been going on." The silence in the room was deafening. Regina reached over and took Derek's hand, quietly giving her support for whatever he decided. Derek took a moment and then turned to her, his eyes filled with a determination. "I think my dad is right. We need to know why all this is happening to us. We've got to end this." Regina stared at her lover, the man she trusted. She nodded her head, knowing she wasn't going to let him go without her. A short time later, only a few blocks away in a darkened room, a cryptic voice spoke into a phone. "He's coming." There was a brief pause on the other end, and then a soft, whispered reply. "Good."
I hope you enjoyed tonight's segment of Bedtime Mysteries with Andreajohnsonbooks, and I hope it left you with a question. Why would Derek's father encourage him to find the source of the key, and who made that phone call? Have you figured it out? Tune in next week for the continuation. Bedtime Mysteries can be seen Monday nights at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Please like my page on Facebook at Andreajohnsonbooks. You can also follow me on Twitter at AuthorJohnson78 or on Instagram at Andrea the Creative Author. You can also visit my site at Andreajohnsonbooks.com. I wish you a good night, sleep tight, and don't leave your windows open tonight.